On a lighter note, let's drop the militarism for a minute here. Let's just drop it for a second here. I wrote a letter to the state of Michigan because I was wondering why they haven't called me in for service as an RT. So I'd like to read the letter I wrote to those guys yesterday and the response I actually got back this morning from the state of Michigan, okay? Here's what I wrote. I said, hello, I volunteered to serve as a respiratory therapist when asked by our government way back in March. I took it upon myself to contact the NBRC, that's the National Board for Respiratory Care, and get myself recertified and had a verification letter sent to the state of Michigan. I also took it upon myself to get up to speed on current technologies and terminologies used in modern respiratory therapy, since I have not worked in a clinical setting since 1985. On 13th of April 2020, I was called by the director of RT at St. Joseph Hospital and interviewed. And actually, I actually recorded that, and I actually got a YouTube video of that interview, which is kind of cool, okay? After which I got a message requesting I take a survey and commit to volunteering at the DMC, that's the Detroit Medical Center. I took the survey and then got another message saying I would be called for my assignment, my hours, etc. But nobody ever called me. So I assumed they just didn't need 40,000 RTs to run all those ventilators everybody was so worried about. Huh? That was a bullshit, that's why. This was quite a while ago. In the meantime, I kept studying every day to be ready to jump into service if called. Then on the 26th of May 2020, I got another message saying the DMC assignment had expired, but that I still might be called for service if the need arises. And I'm still studying almost every day, like a half-hour a day. I'm trying to, in case I'm called, I want to be ready to help those guys if I can help them in any way, okay? I said, I would like to know if that's ever going to happen now, because I was considering traveling out of state. So can anyone tell me what's up with my status as a volunteer RT for the state of Michigan? Thanks, Marty Wollner, BS, CRTT, RRT is my phone number. I said, okay. All right, so they replied to me this morning, okay? This is a message from the COVID-19 volunteer, MDHHS COVID-19 volunteers at michigan.gov. Thank you for contacting MDHHS COVID-19 volunteer response team. We sincerely appreciate your willingness to serve our state during this difficult time. As you may be aware, the needs of health facilities continues to change as the curve is flattening and the COVID-19 pandemic evolves. What a bunch of bullshit, man. Unfortunately, there is currently not a need for respiratory therapist volunteers. I want to make a little note on that, okay? However, should there be a need in the future, we will again be turning to our pool of volunteers to fill these requests. We may also reach out regarding job placement for facilities in need as well. If we are able to match you with an opportunity in the future, you will hear from us via email with additional information. We sincerely appreciate your willingness to serve during this difficult time. Thank you for contacting MDHHS. Sincerely, MDHHS COVID-19 Volunteer Response Team. Well, that's kind of nice. I guess they're saying they don't need me. I think the whole thing is bullshit. If they really had a need for respiratory therapists, if there was really a ventilator crisis like they got everybody all in fear of, they would be at least contacting people like me, at least training us to be ready, because all the ventilators are all different, and they're all, you know, they're all unique, and you have to be trained on them. And without that, it takes years to train a respiratory therapist. That's why I volunteered. Without that, they can't run respirators without respiratory therapists. If you manufacture 40,000 ventilators, you need 40,000 respiratory therapists, and you can't train them overnight. So the whole thing is bullshit. I've made a bunch of videos about this in the past. So I'm just letting everybody know what my status is, and I don't think anybody's even going to appreciate what I'm trying to do here, because it's a thankless effort. All right, it's 11th of June 2020. Marty Wollner from Livonia, Michigan.